Hi guys, this is Darth Deuces, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys my top 5 clone trooper figures. Um, Again, this would be a larger list if I had more clones, but I need to get a lot more clones. I don't have nearly as many clones as I should have, so it's definitely something I gotta work on. I need to pick up a lot more clones, but I'll be showing you guys the top 5 that I own in my collection thus far. This video was suggested by Gungan Hunter 506, I do believe. So thanks for the suggestion, and we will get right on to it with 2 honorable mentions. So the first of all, these all are just clone trooper figures. They can be any clone trooper figures from the Star Hasbro 3 3/4 inch lines. They can be from Clone Wars and whatnot. So the first 2 honorable mentions I have are actually Clone Wars figures. So we have the 2013 Captain Rex figure, which is really cool. I really like this one. Still has some articulation problems, but it's better than the previous release, and just has some really nice sculpting work going on and accessories. And then my other one is the Phase 1 Commander Cody, which again is another really cool figure. Has some nice sculpting, great articulation, some cool accessories. So those are my honorable mentions. Next, we'll move on to the actual list. So at number 5, we have a Clone Wars figure, which is the ARC Trooper Commander Blitz. These ARC Trooper figures from the Clone Wars line are really cool. This is the only one I have, but there are also other ones like Colt, which is really cool, and there's Havoc, or at least the concept for Havoc. I don't know if they actually released a specific Havoc figure, but he's also out there. These guys are really expensive. I was really surprised. I went on eBay to see what this guy just alone loose was worth, and there's only like a couple listings, and he was pretty pricey. I was really surprised in how pricey these guys have become, but he's really cool. He came in the Battle of Commando battle pack with the 501st Echo and 5s, which is pretty cool. This is a really cool figure. I really like the sculpting. He has like the heavy reinforced armor on the legs and the arm and the faceplate there. He's got the nicely sculpted forearm going on there. He has the pauldron with the extra armor on the front, which is really cool. I love the diamond pattern on him. I just like his name and the yellow coloring, Blitz, and the yellow paint on it. It's really cool. He has the movable rangefinder. He has great articulation. He's packed with accessories. I mean, you can remove the pauldron, remove the backpack. He has the ARC Trooper rifle, and he has 2 of the blaster pistols, which just slot in holsters, which is really cool, and just a really nice figure. So that is my number 5 for my top 5 clone troopers. Now, number 4 is this guy here, Commander Gree. I always liked Commander Gree. I always liked him in the movie. You barely see him, but I always thought he looked really cool, and I really like this figure. He's been released, this version, multiple times. As far as I know, the first release of, not the character, but of this specific figure was in 2007 with the 30th anniversary collection. And I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it? They repacked him quite a few times afterwards. The times I know of is I got this guy in the 2008 Legacy collection. He was released again there, and this is when I got him. He was also released again in the Vintage collection on the Vintage card, which I never found that figure. It would have been really nice to have that figure carded, but this is a really nice figure, and I can absolutely see why they kept repacking him. He's just really, really cool. He has just a lot of articulation. He's super articulated. He came with quite a few accessories, and I just love the paint on this figure. He has some special sculpted parts just for him, like the pouch on there. He has these like gunmetal boots going on here. He has all this like camo patterns on his armor here, which I really love that. I think it makes him look a lot more unique and looks really cool. He has the darker green on the shoulders, and even has some silver dry brushing for some scuffing and battle damage, which is really, really nice. He has a darker green with the patterns on there for camouflage. I just love the camouflage colors on this guy. He's got some straps going on, and he's got the antennae. And I think he has an extra thermal detonator sculpted on there. And I really love the helmet. The helmet's really nice. It's kind of got this gray look with the green on there, and I absolutely love the metallic green visor. I think that looks really, really cool. I really like the different colored visors. It looks awesome. And then you could also remove the helmet, and you got a decent head sculpt for a clone trooper there, which is really cool. And I just think this is a really awesome figure and definitely worthy to be put on the list. So there's my number 4, Commander Gree. Next up, we got another Clone Commander, and it is Clone Commander Neo from the Black Series. This is a figure when they announced it, I definitely wanted to get. I found him at a comic book store, got him for a little bit over retail at the time, but just such a really cool figure. He uses the Vintage Collection Clone Trooper sculpt with a differently sculpted torso, which is just really cool. I actually really like the Vintage Collection sculpt. They may be a little thin, but I always thought they had really good articulation. It did look really good. And this is just a really cool figure. Like I said, he has a differently sculpted torso. He has a new sculpted helmet, which I really love the helmet on Neo. That's one thing I always liked about Neo. Mine has an unfortunate defect where the printing of the mouthpiece is a little off. But aside from that, it's not too noticeable and it looks really good. I just love the kind of sleeker, smoother look of this helmet. I love the smaller visor going on there. Most of the paint apps, aside from the mouthpiece, is nicely done. You got the pauldron and bandolier thing going on, which I think is really cool, and it connects to the belt and it just looks awesome. He's got all these red details on here. Nicely sculpted weapon. Great articulation, and as you can see, he has this really nice brown sort of dry brush all over the figure, giving him a really nice weathered look, like he's been out in the terrain for a while, scouting around. It just looks so cool. You don't usually get good weathering like this on figures anymore, and it's really nice to see that on the Black Series figure. And again, really cool. He had a removable helmet. The helmet didn't look too oversized on him, and he had a bit more better proportioned head underneath, which is really cool. I believe it was based off concept. They're going to have Neo in the actual show of the Clone Wars, but they scrapped it, and this is what he would have looked like. He has this really nice slicked back hair with this tattoo going down his face, and I had to say this is one of the best Tamara Morrison sculpts I've seen on a 3 3/4 inch figure. This is really good looking. One of the better sculpts of a Clone Trooper figure, I really think. This is a really cool figure. I really like this one, and he is my number 3. So there is Commander Neo. If we can stand there. Now we'll go on to my number 2, and my number 2 is another figure from the Vintage Collection, and it is the ARC Trooper Commander. More nostalgic than anything. This is pretty much the indirect Captain Fordo for the Vintage Collection. They just called it an ARC Trooper Commander, so you could technically army build this if you wanted to. He's technically a generic ARC Trooper Commander, but he is really Fordo, and he looks really cool. Again, he uses that Vintage Collection Clone Trooper sculpt, which I think looks really great. And you got the nice white armor going on. You got the red highlights on him, which is really cool. He's got his helmet here, which has the added feature of a sculpted rangefinder. Unfortunately, it's not movable, but it's still really cool. He just packs a ton of articulation, super articulated. I love the pistols. They got the big bulky cylinder barrels, which is really cool. He's really faithful to the show, the old show for the most part. And just a really, really nice figure. And he came with a ton of accessories, aside from the pistols and a removable helmet. He came with an extra helmet and extra bandolier pauldron, so you could make him look like his Phase 2 armor, which is really, really awesome. So you're basically getting 2 figures in one. It's just such a cool figure, well done figure, and worthy of number 2 spot. Absolutely love this figure. Give you a quick look at the head sculpt. The one thing people didn't like too much is the head underneath the head sculpt. If I can get that there. I think it looked fine. I think it's a little weird, but I think it looked fine. It kind of looked different. He made him look a little bit more unique, so I didn't mind it too much. But that's really cool. It would have been cool to see him in the Clone Wars series, the new Clone Wars series. Unfortunately didn't, but still, really cool figure. Really like this one. He is my number 2. And then last but not least, number 1. This is between 4 very similar but different figures, but I chose this one. It is Clone Commando Civ. I have all the Clone Commandos from the Clone Commando Battle Pack from 2010. They're all fantastic figures. I love them all. They all bring their own thing, but they're all the same figure, just a different paint apps. At the end of the day, you got to pick, well, which one's your favorite. And at the end of the day, I think I had to pick Civ as my favorite. I just really like his paint details on his armor. He's got like the gray on the torso. He's got some battle damage scuffing on him, which is really cool. I love the red on him. It just looks really cool. It's just like messily painted on, but that's how it's supposed to be, and it looks really cool. And you got different tones of the red. You got some lighter reds, and you got some darker reds, which is just really cool. I really love that look of all the red scuffed on him. It just looks really cool. Like blood kind of just splotched all over him. It looks really, really cool. I love the design of the Clone Commando armor. The Clone Commandos are probably my favorite clone troopers. They're just really, really cool. I just really like this guy. He's super articulated again. And he's got the backpack there with the little piece right there that goes on the shoulder, which is awesome. The rifle didn't come with him. I gave him a sniper rifle from just an extra one I had, but I think it looks really good with him. Love the helmet. I really like how they give them the blue visors. That looks really cool. I would have maybe liked a little bit of black kind of brushing on the blue visor to give it some more texture, but I think it looks really, really nice. And just an excellent figure. Just absolutely love this figure and character. Just awesome. Anyways, that is my top 5 clone troopers. Thanks again to the Gungan Hunter 506 for requesting the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your guys' favorite clone troopers are in the comments below. Again, thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you.